That's what to do.
Mama,
Yes, Danny.
Mama, you always telling me that when we finish cooking, to be careful where we keep our food and to wash the dishes with soap and clean water and keep it in a clean dish rack. Why, Mama?
Because according to the data people, it is good for us to cover our food properly and put it in a clean and safe place so rats, roaches, ants, or flies and other animals can sit down on it and leave germs on the food to make us sick.
For you, Mama?
Oh yes, Danny. According to the data people, we must always wash our dishes with soap and clean water. Put them on a dish rack so that rats, roaches, ants, or flies and other animals can sit down on them and leave germs on the food to make us sick.
Thank you, Mama, for telling me this. From now on, we will take care of our food and dishes so that rats, roaches, ants, or flies and other animals cannot sit on it to give us sickness.
So I call on everybody to always cover their food properly, wash their dishes with soap and clean water, and put it on a dish rack so that animals can play in it. Then it will prevent sickness.
This is a Hygiene for Health campaign message from the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, Ministry of Health, Watch Nation, with support from Water Aid.
Our health, our life, so make it better. That's what we do.
Calling all the women.
Our health, our life, so make it better. That's what we do. Chisama.
Yes, Mabuse.
I come to you because you see, there's something important to tell me.
Mabuse, thank you for coming. That's what I like about you. Just the other day, I went to visit the other town and saw that the chief and his people were very healthy. He told me that it hard for running stomach to catch his people. When I asked for the reason why he and his people so healthy, he told me that the other people told them to make sure to always drink clean and safe water, including hand pump water. And because I want our women and children to be healthy like my friend Una people then, I want you, Mom, to say you the women cheerleader, to please join me in talking to our people so we can protect all the places where we can get drinking water from.
To keep their drinking water clean and safe.
Well, what I see is that they make sure to put fence around their hand pumps where they get their drinking water from, so children and animals can play around them. I also noticed that they can properly clean and cover their water gallons where they can get their drinking water from to prevent dirt from getting inside.
Chisama, thank you so much for letting me know that when we keep our drinking water clean and safe, we and our children will be healthy. I will make sure that me and my children will drink clean and safe drinking water by fencing the hand pump where I get my drinking water from and cleaning and covering my water gallons.
Yes, it would be so good that other people in this town follow what you will do. Let them keep their drinking water clean and safe for healthy life. They will be like our friend then.
This is a Hygiene for Health campaign message from the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, Ministry of Health, Watch Nation, with support from Water Aid.
Our health, our life, so make it better. That's what we do.
Women, every single woman.
Water Aid Liberia presents A Voice, a 1-hour program that is aired on Truth FM every Tuesday at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. A Voice gives women and girls the space to air their voices about issues that bother many on water, sanitation, and hygiene. The show seeks to increase knowledge and share information, influence decisions, strengthen collaboration, and solicit ideas to enhance women's potential to access and afford sustainable services for clean water, drinking products, and good hygiene, nutrition, as well as the sexual reproductive health and rights. Water Aid's mission is to transform the lives of the poorest and most marginalized people by expanding and improving access to safe water, sanitation, and hygiene.
When we keep our drinking water clean and safe, we and our children will be healthy.
Don't miss out on this educated show that gives women and girls a space to air their voices about issues that bother water, sanitation, and hygiene. Her voice every Tuesday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on True FM.
Your child, baby, this feeling and when your tender embrace. Mothers of the universe, Mother Nature style.
Our training, somebody else.
Your child, come sisters, come and take back your child.
Oh yes, International Women's Day is coming up on the 8th of March, 2024. So the national team is Count Her In. Yes, I'm in love with this national team. And Count Her In invests in women and celebrate progress. So today we'll be looking at measures that can be taken to guarantee equitable access to watch. That's water, sanitation, and hygiene services for women. Measures that can be taken to guarantee equitable access to watch. So what can we do to implement watch services for women? So let me take this time to welcome my colleague, Princess. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, how was your night?
My night was wonderful. Let's go for life.
Okay.
you?
Yes, Maya said you are always fine because energy, I don't know. Thank God for energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank God to be alive. We have with us today our guest is Madam Salome S. Tule. She's the program manager at Community Healthcare Initiative. So we're trying to get her on. As soon as we get her on the live on the TV, you will see Madam Salome Tule. She's the program manager for Community Healthcare Initiative. And today we'll be discussing access, how we can guarantee measures to have access for women to have access to watch. That's water, sanitation, and hygiene. Yes. So let's turn to the Oma. Let's hear what she got to say. Oba. Yeah,
This is our time.
this is our time. So let me recognize all of our women out there. Know that you're so important. You are very special, very, very special. This is why this space has been created for you to add your voice. Add your voice about issues that bother me on watch. So don't sit there and say, oh no, my English is not good, so I can't make call. I can join my old man when they call. They even want to know. They will call, they will just say what they have to say, but they just speak the English the way they understand it.
The only thing I message should go across.
The message is going to go across. So we're asking you, women, we want you to call. This is a platform intended for you, just for you. So it's not only for older women, it's also for women and girls.
Yeah.
So women and girls should make use of this opportunity. Listen, and that's why we are also pushing for a repeat, because you will say, okay, maybe sometimes some of the young women are in school. School is in session. Yeah, so a repeat of this program would be better, and I think they are working on it to ensure that it be repeated. Yeah, there's be a repeat version of this program, so our young people as well. So young girls, women, this program is for you. So wherever you are, we're not saying that men cannot call. Men can call. Okay, let me go on quick. Men can call. You've always been calling. You've always been making your contribution, and you know we cannot implement all of these policies. We cannot implement these all of these ideas without your help. Even right now, we have Arthur Butler who is assisting us. It's not possible to do these things without men. So they are our partners in progress. We are not competitors. We're not competing with them, but we want them to know that we are all partners.
And we are depending on them also.
We depending on them. No, yeah. I like the way you put it. Yes, we're depending on you. You have to come and make your input. Thanks, Princess. With no waste of time, let's now join our guest, Madam Salome. How you doing, ma'am? It's good to have you on.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to have you on.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Yeah. So yes, earlier you listened when I introduced Madam Salome Tule. She's the program manager, community healthcare initiative. Ma'am, you can tell us about your role at the CHR?
Yeah. So community healthcare initiative is a local national NGO, and its primary is to promote and work to strengthen the health and social services of women, girls, and other marginalized groups. So our main focus is on community attitude, how we can prevent us going to the clinic. Because we always say in Nigeria, prevention is better than cure. So there are a lot of things that we can do. There are a lot of practices in the community that we as community dwellers can practice, can help us to be able to live the life that we will be able to live in a sanitary, safe space, that we will not have to go to the hospital every time, just for our behaviors.
Okay, so that's a wonderful word. Thanks to you for honoring our invitation, for coming to this Her Voice radio program. Thank you. Mr. Marsha just walked in. Am I missing the name? Christopher Marsha?
Marsh.
Marsh?
Yeah, Marsh.
Why you say Marsh? I'm saying Marsh.
Yeah, it's Marsh. M-A-R-S-H. It's an English word which means a very rich swampy land.
Oh my God. Okay, so let me allow you to tell me more about your name.
About my name is Christopher Marsh Sr.
Okay.
And I work for Water Aid Liberia as the Gender Equity and Social Inclusion Officer on the Improved Access to Safe Drinking Water project that is sponsored by USAID.
Okay. Thanks to the both of you for honoring our invitation at Her Voice radio program that is sponsored by Water Aid Liberia. Okay, so our team today will be looking at what measures can be taken to guarantee equitable access to water, sanitation, and hygiene for women and girls. So what measures? Let me begin with Madam Tule. What measures you think can we take to allow or to have for women to have access to equitable to have access to water, sanitation, and hygiene? What measures you think? What guarantee do you think? What measures that we can put in place to have women have access to water services?
Okay, first I will start by saying that one of the things that we can do, firstly, is to ensure that we have a female-friendly facilities, and make sure that we ensure women are given access to the services that will be able to provide that will be able to meet their needs. So it's not just having something general, because for example, you have like the latrine, toilets, anybody can just go there. But when you have a female going in that latrine, there's a difference, because it's easier for her to be able to contact and get some kind of disease from there. And also in the communities, we know that women mostly are the ones that bear the burden when it comes to fetching water and when it comes to water usage. So we should be able to make sure that the community is providing those services for them. And then after that, we can provide the necessary education and awareness on how to access the services and the right things to do. Like in the studio, if there was some like the advertisement or going on what you should do, and that was good. Those are some of the things that we can do, because as basic thing as washing hands, how many times we don't take that as a priority? Only, unfortunately, when there is an outbreak of virus, but that continual education that these things help to prevent diseases. And then working to women at strategic places in the community is important. Like, for example, where women fresh water, access to those services, we need to have women leading those places so that they can feel empowered and encourage other people in the community to be able to access the services easily for them.
Okay, that's wonderful. You made mention of communities. Communities should have these facilities. Yes, because women are affected mostly. But some communities, want to do it. They want to have an environment where women can go to decent toilets where they can go and feel free, relax, and I mean, so clean enough. But I mean, they may have some problem with a financing issue. I don't know how maybe so many calls have been coming in and say, yeah, we want to do this, but to access funding, I don't know whether you have idea or you've gone in a community where they do not have access to these things, but you can see the energy, you can see the efforts, and how do they access opportunities for them to create a space for women to have decent bathrooms.
And okay, thank you for that. And that come back to us as a society, as government, as civil society. What are we doing to make sure that that is available? Because, like you said, people are like desperate and they need these services and they want it, but how can they access it? So we as a society, as government, that is where we need to make sure that policies, funding, be at least allocated for those things in our community to make sure that people are having access to these services and it's being provided for them. Because if we don't do that, they will not be able to have access to it. We have partnership with NGOs, like even Water Aid, they are doing a lot. So it just shows that if we have the international or local NGO doing the work, we too, as a society, which is the government, have to make sure that this is important and we prioritize it and make sure that people be able to have these services and provide these services for the people in the community. Because that is their basic human rights as people in the community, especially the women and children in the community.
So what? There are some, schools that do not have access to water.
Yeah.
Clean water.
Yeah, clean, safe water.
Yeah, for the students. They also do not have
good latrine.
Or
a separate latrine where boys one side and girls one side.
Yes. So what do you think the Ministry of Education can do with this? Because we are actually focused on WASH. So what do you think the Ministry of Education should do in with regards to these kind of schools? What they should actually do if you do not have water, if you do not have decent toilets? What should be done in your environment your environment, I know, is not clean. The school environment is not clean, and yes. So, what should the Ministry of Education do with regards to schools who fall in these categories?
Like any decent society, if we want to make sure that we are providing or living a life that our society is supposed to live, make sure our people living the way supposed to live, we're supposed to set in some policy and guidelines. So if you have schools that are not providing those services, you can have them be fined. You can even have them be shut down. If people see that those extreme measures are being taken, there will be a lot of changes in our society. But if you have people not being held accountable, people go to school and whatever they meet there, that's exactly what they have to use. People will continue to do that. We have the education ministry, just like you said, they are there to regulate everything when school will open. And I think they have a department that is responsible for checking and making sure that the schools are providing the necessary services and that people can be able to access them, and that when they leave, they are not going to contact diseases. They are able to be able to it's hygienic enough for them to do their basic needs and live in that space. So if we are having
or
having
having
schools
schools
that
that
are
are
still
still
having
having
these,
these things,
and we
it will
still
still,
and
and
you
you
are
are
right,
right,
it's
it's
still
still
existing,
existing,
and
and
there's
there's
nothing
nothing
being
being
done.
done.
So
So
there
there
should
should
be
be
some
some
fine.
fine,
There
there
should
should
be
be
closure of
closure of
schools
schools
that
that
will
will
kind of
kind
come
of
in
come in
as
as
some
some
measure
measure
that
that
people
people
will
will
not
not
be
be
able
able
to,
to,
that
that
people will
people
not
will not
just
just
have
have
school that
school
is
that is
not
not
providing
providing
what is
what is
needed.
needed.
Because it's not only education there that you're going to provide. There are a lot of things the
Things the
school's
school
supposed to
supposed to
teach.
teach.
So
So
it is
it is
at the
at the
school,
school,
if
if
that
that
is
is
where the
where the
students
students
are,
are,
and
and
that's the
that's the
place
place
they
they
accessing. We
accessing.
all
We
been
all
into
been into
schools
schools
in
in
Liberia,
Liberia,
and
and
it's
it's
so
so
pathetic to
pathetic
see
to
a
see a
lot of
lot of
time
time
that you're
that
not
you're
even
not even
able to
able to
use your
use your
school
school
bathroom.
bathroom.
Sometimes you
Sometimes
will
you
be
will be
there,
there, you
especially as
especially
a
as a
female,
female,
you will
you will
just have
just
to
have to
hold
hold
yourself.
yourself.
Even when
Even
you
when
go
you
to
go
the
to the
bathroom, you will
bathroom, you
not
will
be
not
able
be
to
able to even
use the
use the
bathroom.
bathroom.
But
But
all in
all in
all
all
is the
is the
fact
fact
that there
that
is
there is
nothing
nothing
being
being
done.
done.
Even if
Even if
something
something
being
being
done, is
done
at
is
a
at a
minimal
minimal
level
level
that is
that is
not
not
really
really
trickling
trickling
down.
down.
So I
So I
believe that
believe
there
that
should
there
be
should
some
be
strong
some
policies,
policies,
there should
there
be
should be
some
some
funds,
funds,
there should
there
be
should be
some
some
closure of
closure of
schools
schools
that will
that will
help
help
us to
us to
be
be
able to
able to
take the
the
necessary
necessary
measures
measures
for
for
our
our
community and
community,
even the
even the
school to
school,
be able to be
able
a
to
place
be
that is
a place that is
conducive for
conducive
people,
for people,
especially women
especially
and
women
children,
and
to
children, to
access
access
whenever they
whenever
need
they
that.
need that.
Okay, so maybe people listening right now say, "Oh, the integrated body say more close our school when we do not have access." But that's it. That's a topic for today. What measures? So these are what out of what she has said. What I capture is strong policies that includes closure of schools. If we can have provide a sunny an environment that is decent, clean. I mean, what else? They find you, close
If
you
you can
down
pay the
if you
money.
cannot, go about. So let's now turn to Mr. Christopher March, Senior. Chief, how you doing? It's good to have you on again.
Thank you.
Again, it's your first time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. All right. So now let me take you back now to the national team. The national team for the International Women's Day says, count her in, invest in women, accelerate progress. How can these things be achieved? How can we count her in? While other men are pushing her out of the cycle, then they say count her in.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a simple sentence, but it takes a lot of work to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot to do. How can we do that?
Okay, thank you very much. I'm happy to be here today again. This is my first time, not again, but I usually listen to you, and privileged to have the opportunity to be with you today. So I want to say happy International Women's Day to all of the women out there. And I'm a man saying this, so that means I'm a champion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, I'm one of those that embrace the efforts of women. So with regards to the team, count her in. Initially, it's good to provide women the necessary support that will be needed to claim their rights, especially as it relates to decision making. Most women do not know their rights in decision making. With issues regarding WASH, if women are taking the lead role as it relates to WASH, there will be genuine decisions made as it relates to WASH. And we need to create a diverse environment, an inclusive environment. It starts from the government, where we need to, like my colleague said, where we need to include policies at the legislature and at our institutions to ensure that women participate in decision making as it relates to WASH. This will enhance the voices of women in leadership, representation of women and girls in decision making relating to WASH. But nowadays we see limited women in decision making at the parliament, in our communities at the county level. Even if you look at the local level, the only position you see a female holding is the community chairlady.
Oh, a treasure.
Yeah, something like that. That's all. But even town crier, they don't even give it to a woman. So if you go in these communities that we work in, you see there are a lot of hand pumps, there are a lot of toilets that have been constructed by NGOs, by government and its partners, but it's been managed by men. And the decision regarding those facilities are being managed by men also. So we need to encourage women, support them, provide leadership training for them, provide the necessary skills that they need to take up this initiative, to stand and take genuine decisions as it relates to what. I believe that when women hold these positions, things are unique. Very, very unique. From a community that I went to and I saw a lady serving as community watch committee cheerleading. And whenever I visit that community, even before I get there, she mobilizes all of the community dwellers, those that are responsible for water services, and they are there. It's always on time and unique. And most of the questions that I pose that I want to monitor, these questions are already in place because it's a female that is heading this position. So it starts from the government level where we need to count women in by providing the opportunities at our very workplaces, our very institutions, ensuring that women head these decision-making patterns as it relates to water service delivery. In our organization where we work now, we are engaging pro-women organizations, encouraging women organizations that are headed by women. And these organizations are headed by women. We encourage them to ensure that they participate in every decision that has to do with water service delivery at the community level. So these pro-women organizations have grouped themselves into a network, and we're going to be providing the necessary support to claim their rights as it relates to watch services. Because if women don't claim their right, and every decision that has to do with water service provision is dominantly by men, we will not have strong policies in place. And if you look at the users of water, the more users of water are women.
Yeah.
I'm a man, but you hardly see me going to the pump to fetch water and what have you. I will send my kids. If my kids don't go, you will see my wife going to do so. Women use water for cooking, use water for every daily activity. Women use it. So who should be in the driving seat? It is women should be in it. So we meant to count women in to ensure that women take up the lead. And how do they take up the lead? By providing necessary leadership skills that they need, providing necessary facilities that they need to take up leadership. We are empowering them.
Yeah, I like the way you were saying it, but confidence is one key thing that we have to look at. You want to stress on that because they have more women who got potential. Yes, they got more women. More women have potentials. Is everything okay? You getting me?
I'm getting you.
Yeah, just swap a little bit so you can be a little bit louder. Yeah.
Take back your child. Take back your child.
Okay. Are you getting me now?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Okay, very good. You are louder. Thank you so much. That's good. So we're talking about the confidence level. Women should go to the front. They should be in front. They should take up responsibilities, hold, key positions. They should not be limited. But most of them, most women lack confidence. You want to talk about that? Have you experienced such, and maybe use this time to build up their confidence? Before you come in, I talked with a young woman yesterday in the office right here, and I have been interacting with her for a month, but I noticed that she lacks confidence. She have been struggling with some things. So when I noticed her, I started to talk to her. Chief Chris and I were in the office. She cried. She cried, and because I noticed that her confidence level is so low, so she cried. But told her, I said, go to the bathroom. She went to the bathroom, wet her face. She came back. When I talked to her again, she still cried. I said, okay, go. I gave her an assignment and said, when you come back, then we will end the discussion. But this is, some women want to get up, do things, but their confidence level. So with this, you will find out that most of them are leaving behind. Why, people who are pushing themselves they will be counted, because our national team says count whole in. Yeah. It's still with you, Mr. Chris.
Okay. I think what you're saying regards to confidence building is a key issue, but that can be done away if you provide a space for women, especially in schools, in healthcare centers, in our workspaces. An example would be in some communities that we carry on our interventions.
Yeah.
We provide the awareness, the sensitization, the training for these women to build that confidence. So it is up to us, the NGOs, the government agencies, the private sector, to provide the space. Like quite recently, we did an assessment that we call Roadmap to Documenting Social Norms and Laws. You will find out that when you call a community gathering where you have the chief, the elders sitting, the women will sit on another side, and they won't even put their hand up to talk. They will accept the male, say, okay, your talk now. But you as the lead facilitator or whoever is carrying on that project implementation, your community entry will make each woman confident to be built, and the men that are also participating in the community should be used. Who's going to count them in? Is it a female going to come and say, hey, that slogan is merely referring to males. Can't hold in. So we target the males. Using the male. Like I'm an individual here that is a he or she. So if you use me to advocate to build the confidence of women to be able to speak. So during this time when we're having these activities, we provide a space where women come out to speak. Sometimes we break it into sections that we call focal group discussion. You'll notice that when women are together, they speak freely, especially in a community setting. They speak freely than when there are more men, because sometimes these are norms that women don't talk in front of men. So institutions that go to this community to provide these services have to carry on the awareness to ensure that women have rights. It's an international law that women have rights. Once they are human beings, we have to clear the air and provide the training that men will be the one encouraging women to come out to speak. So the only way that confidence can be built to be able to speak out, if you provide the necessary education for them, the awareness with the men. There are times, some mistakes that I see in the past that we make when NGOs go to community to say, this program is only for women. You know the perception you are building in the men's mind. When a woman comes from that program and goes home, the husband have different thinking about her. They come from here now, it's why you're applying. So when you are carrying on GBV training in a community, it's good. For example, now you have the male and the female, all of them participate in this training. So what the woman hear, the man hear. That will build her confidence when they go back home to be able to speak to him and say, some of these things you are doing is this. Allow me sometimes when we go to the community, let me speak out. One community, there was a lady that came out and made a very salient point that today that community is benefiting from.
And that was
the lady put her hand up and they wanted to pull her down, but because of the awareness that I built, and she took up that confidence to her and said, I want to make a decision.
Wow.
What's that? She said, usually when someone dies here or when the pumps get damaged, we put $10 or $25 together. And sometimes we don't have this money, but the men impose it on us that we pay. And it's urgent. Sometimes we don't have it. They put laws down and fine us if we don't have it. So what I want us to do is every month, every host should put $20 down. That in case such things happen, the treasurer will have money there already that we can use immediately to service the pump or to carry on whatever need we want to do in the community. And everybody turn around, look how I say, oh, that's fine, that's a fine. So how did she build the confidence? It came from we, the service provider, we the NGO, we the government authorities that go to this community. We need to build a confidence through the activities that we provide there on a daily basis. It will build a confidence to come out and speak out. It is upon us that we should count them. It is not female should count female. If you look at that statement, you look at it well, it's men should count women in.
Okay, yeah, but I want to add up or let me say, I want to deviate a little bit. Not deviate. I'm looking for the right word to use. What you are saying is very, very true about male should be on top of this team where that says can't hold in. But the women too get role to play. So if it is 80% for the men, it should be 20% for the women. Do you know that some women don't support women?
Sure.
Yeah, some women don't support women when they say that women in a position they will go for the men. So let's talk to Madam today. How can women count her in? How can we achieve this? Because I know you are a woman, you have seen a lot of times, women going against women, and it's an open secret.
Okay, firstly, I just want to say the notion that women don't support women is another thing from the patriarchal society to continue to put division among women. Women do support women, but unfortunately, women have access to limited spaces. So sometimes when the woman enter that space, you will be surprised. She might just be the face of that place. She is still being controlled in the background by this society that has men in control. So you have like people just have women in their spaces because they say, okay, we should have women in this space. But then when women get there, you still not getting their voices heard. They are not being able to make the impact that they have to make because they are still in a society that is mainly patriarchal and it's not giving any chance. Coming from in a house, coming from in a community, you have organizations that are running, but majority the men are it's predominantly male, but women are still breaching, trying to enter these spaces. But then again, entering a space that has been controlled over the years by male, so it takes a lot to navigate. And as women get to understand, as women continue like this, the show say her voice. When she gets to know her voice, it's a whole lot different thing. She want other women too to have that confidence. The only way the woman will not want women to have that confidence is that she don't have a voice yet. So she's still being controlled. Like even the example like he was giving, like in we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary, and we had women from the community that came to share their testimonies of the impact of working over the years.
Wow.
And none of the women, all their stories, they were silent in the community when it comes to GBV issues, when it comes to SRHR, when it comes to their right to all these services. They were not aware. But interestingly, as they became aware, they entered their community. We even have one that is very celebrated, which is Boom, that she gave her testimony. Everybody was so touched by it. And she is so passionate about what she have learned. And she wants to see that change in the community. And even having, like he said, having the men included. It's not that when we enter the community, we want to have all female. No. But you are entering a community that have a voice of people not being heard. So, for example, you have people, maybe the other one we talk about is not the equality, but the equity. Where is the woman? So, if two of them, if the woman is down here and then you come, you meet the man. If you start to do the same thing with both of them, the man will continue to go there, the woman will be coming there. So, most time we are fighting to get the woman here before all of you start going at it. So, that's why very happy sometimes when you see the approach is start with the women, but like he said, it's very important to include men. Yeah. But when it comes to having like the team empower her, make sure that she's included. Women have to also stand up and demand our right to these spaces because we have. Fortunately, I have my brother Christopher, which is he for she, but they are in the minimum. So we as women should not just sit. We have to stand up and make sure that our voices are heard, that we are having access to everything that we deserve as a society, as people in a society. So yeah, there's a lot that needs to be done. We have to continue with the awareness and, like he said, the trainings. Until people understand, we'll still be having this problem. But women, most times, when they are in a space, that they understand, that they know the importance, they will definitely want to make sure that other women be able to benefit, other women be able to have that education. So, you know, we women, we like our companionship. We like all of us to come together and be like, we are the women doing this. So if we really understand it, most time we fight hard. But then when you see sometimes, although it will not be all roses, that might definitely be women that don't support other women endeavors. But then most of the times you are seeing that these women are being controlled. They're still not even in control, or where we think they are in control.
Let me just chip in before you.
Yes, please.
We are talking about measures that will enable women participation, equality. If, there's a key point that I want to strike that has to do with policies that were developed as it relates to WASH. These policies, if you review these policies that were developed, who developed them? First of all, I realized that the Administrator General was not part of this policy development. So tell me, how can that policy be in favor of women? How can it provide a space for gender equality when you don't have the key agency that's responsible for gender activities in a country was not part of that policy? Policies developed for WASH. Okay, you had a Ministry of Public, you had Laser Mines, you had other institutions, WASH Commission, but I didn't see the Ministry of Gender into it. And you cannot develop WASH policy for gender equality if you don't include people from the Ministry of Gender. So when I was reviewing these WASH documents, I saw a lot of gender gaps that is affecting our society today, that is also not building the confidence of women to participate, because they are saying these things were developed by men, so it's for men. Even if they give the paper to woman, like she said, it is for men. It's for woman acting like she woman, but she in the interest of men. So we need to review these policies and look at the gaps in it. Because if you have a gender lens and you're looking at it from a gender perspective, and you look at this policy, you will include everything that will ensure that women participation in leadership, in decision making that has to do with WASH is embedded into those policies, and it will start from the national level, come down to the county, and then at the community level. So we need to go back and review these policies that were developed. There are policies. There's a WASH policy that was developed, but if you look at it, women were not in the forefront. Gender lens were not into it. So this is why you see it's being affected at the community level.
Yes, wonderful team here this morning talking about count for in and also measures that can be taken to guarantee equitable access to water, food, sanitation, and hygiene services for women. And we're also looking at actions. He just named one of the actions that we can take to implement women's participation in these WASH services. So we have 9 minutes up to 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, we'll be taking our news from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. But do not forget to dial 231 to have access to information with regards to Water Aid Liberia. Let me say that again. 231 dial 231 if you want to have access to all of the information with regards to water, sanitation, and hygiene. Free. It's free. It's 321. 321, right? 321. Free for more messages on watch from Water Aid. 321. I'm sorry. 321. Yes, free messages. Free messages from Water Aid Liberia. 321. So we have 8 minutes up to it's like we have to come back here for a post analysis of the program. The program. You want to lay a little emphasis on the program? Are you a part of any committee for the are you going to be part of the celebration, CHR?
Yeah, most definitely. International Women's Day is celebrated like CHR with its partners, with the Ministry of Gender, but also mainly what we do when it comes to International Women's Day, we like to do our celebration in the communities that we work in. So sometimes we select 2 or 3 communities where we have town hall meetings, where we have discussion, but also we use that time to be able to elevate the voices of women, have them celebrate themselves, the work they have done in the community. So we're going to be doing some work in a community called Locust Village. We are going to be going to Buchanan, and we're going to be doing one also in Mangibi. So yeah, we have a 4-week next week. Yeah, that we are going to be doing a lot of activities to celebrate.
But the program is this Friday, right?
Yep, it's March 8th. But yeah, so this month is practically Women's Month.
Women's.
Yeah, so it goes almost at the end of the whole month. Yeah, you can do a lot of activities. Yeah.
Okay.
And
But
then,
you'll be at the national event?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's about he for she?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there live, and you know, we also at Water Aid we having a global webinar where we're going to be hearing. We're going to have a panel discussion. We're going to be hearing voices from Sub-Eastern Africa, from the West African region, from our colleagues around the world. We're going to have a panel discussion. It's going to be a global event. So we're going to use it as our own way of celebrating the International Women's Day.
Okay. All right, that's wonderful. Yes, so we can take in few calls, 0777 25 38 19. Yes, 30 seconds, man. Please. You're sorry for the time today. Yeah. 0777 25 38 19. We had to get our guests on the camera. We'll put in start because we had to get our guests on the camera. Yeah, so 0777 25 38 19. My name is MAGDALENE SAAH, and I'm here with Princess ZUZA. We have with us Mr. Chris March Sr. and also Madam Salome Tule of Community Health Initiatives. Okay, so you can place in your call to, like, the conversation today is so educative that, you know, you say, yes, I've learned a lot, and I'm going to count her in for the men. I'm going to count her in, and the women, I'm going to do more, giving women the opportunities, the opportunity to air their voices, creating platforms that, you know, allow women to speak, provide policies that will enable women, you know, participation, even at the local level, and providing training and also financial aid. We need money.
Community empowerment, exactly.
I know you want to talk about that, Madam, today. We need money, financial
Exactly.
support.
Exactly, because that's one of the things that even hinder women progress or women access to spaces, because most times women resources are linked with their husbands, which are mostly the providers. So in the end, they still have the control on how women will be able to use their finances. So even at CHR, we are very big on empowerment.
Okay, let's take a few calls. Hello.
Yeah, this is William speaking from Raw Highway.
Yes, sir, quickly. Okay.
People are discussing about women. Most of the things we always teach our children, what women to be valued, and most important is education.
Okay.
When women are educated, you know, they have a voice to speak, because God made them themselves from any other things.
Okay.
Once upon a time, I listened to a lady that was speaking, even talking about women. Even she was doing some primitive women, you know, 15, 16, you know, having a baby, which is bad up for our society.
Okay.
She was talking mostly that if a woman educated, you will know the value of woman.
Okay.
One example, she was saying that she's well educated, but she had 1 kid and other children that are benefiting from her education.
Okay.
Even talk about former president Helen Johnson. So I just want to encourage our girl children. What people are saying is most important, but the women should go
to school
so that we can give them an opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, actually, we can take calls. This coming week, I will give you 50 minutes. You will call, and you're going to form part of the conversation. Please forgive me. You forgive the woman. Yes, Madam Tule. And Mr. Marshall, thanks so kindly for coming.
Talking about
We
funding,
have to,
can I just say something about funding
yes,
in 1 minute?
yeah, you can just close up on that.
Okay. Talking about funding, you say through WinRAG and Water A is presently in the process of providing grant under contract to some local partners that will be implementing our projects at the community level. That is social behavior change. So there are some funding available from the USAID through its partner WinRock and Water Aid. And we are in the process of carrying on evaluation for the local partners. And in a couple of months, you will see there will also be some funding available as grant under contract to carry on some implementation specifically in amplifying women voices and social behavior change awareness activities at the national and community level.
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
and that is good news. This is why we're talking about he for she. So
yeah, I'm telling you,
that's what we're talking about, he for she. Thank you for continuing to support the work of women. So, like we all have been saying, let's just continue. I think to continue to work towards more sustainable solutions when it comes to wife services, because if we continue where we are, we would not be able to achieve where we want to be. So if we continue that, we'll continue to work together and make sure that women have access to wife services.
Thank you. It was a wonderful time hosting the both of you. And I mean, at the end of the day, we got good news. It was good that you came here today. Yes. So we're going to get your number, get all of the information. If we have to share with other people, some other women organizations, we will definitely. But this is a message for you, for the both of you. It said, thanks so much to the studio guests for the information about women empowerment. And it is good now. Joshua Trika. So thank you so much for listening. Those of you who wanted to call and couldn't make it, we'll see you next week, and we're going to have a wonderful time here on Tuesday. Thank you. Thanks to our guests.
Thank you,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Sir. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we have to go. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we got to go. Yes, we have to go. Yeah.
I'm still on live.
On that note, this is how we come to the end of the Voice Radio program today. We were actually looking at the theme for the National Women's Day celebration, and it says "Count on Ho, count her in." Yeah, count her in. Thanks, Princess. It was wonderful teaming up with you today. It's always a pleasure sitting with you.
And thanks for having me also.
Why are you worried? I'm going to go on you. All right. Okay, we see when we see. Yes, we have to go. Thank you.